Hi, we are going to be talking about the Keter Westwood deck box. We've owned a few of them. This is an upgrade from the Rockwood, which we owned over 10 years ago, and it was pretty strong, so we thought we would use this for our current home here because it was able to handle the weather and climate in Canada. Also the fact that it has two pistons on it, so that it's easy close, and also it's a soft close and an easy lift. And it can handle quite a bit of weight on it as well. Overall, and I'm hoping that this one's fairly good in regards to UV, we didn't have too much issues, but our other one turned kind of from a charcoal to kind of a musty kind of brown after maybe about 5 years, but was still very, very strong. This is going to take us about 30 minutes to put together, and what's nice about it, it is lockable. So if you are looking at some of the other options out there from Keter or other brands, they might look the same, but when you go to see if you can latch it, especially from the wind, it's not even for protection of someone going into it, but just from the wind, it can get quite irritating. So with this one, we just kind of hope just to kind of clasp it with a little carabiner. So we're going to start.
There you go. Let me open it up.
We're just using our little slice from Amazon.
This is lovely.
Yes, we
do love
it. We've not been paid for any sort of sponsorship here. We just have had quite a few Keter boxes over the years and know which ones kind of work well and which ones are challenging and are kind of. So this one comes
That's the instructions. And can hold up to 660 pounds. Wow, it can actually hold me.
And also for some of the big box companies, they'll have this online as well. We've decided that we're going to use a power drill. However, you could use a manual screwdriver as well, but a lot of it is going to be clicking into place. We're going to be assembling this inside because there's a bit of drizzle outside today, and we're going to make the best
that
of
over.
it.
There.
I love how they labeled inside.
Inside. You can see it, it's upside down, but there it says inside on both sides. Let's just move it over.
Now, previously we had used ours to hold our water pump, so we had made a hole. So we did have spiders that were an issue. So another great product out there that we've used before, which you can get in an aerosol or spray, is, and again, we're not being paid by this company, but they're amazing, is Spider Out. And unless water touches it, then you might have to do a little refresher. But for our regular boxes, we've kind of just sprayed it once per season.
Let's move that over this way. These are the walls. And these are the bars that are going to keep it nice and sturdy. Alright. Okay, let's just put it there for now.
And inside here are your pistons. Honestly, it is worth spending more than $200 for a dock box. The ones that are under $100, many of them that do not have proper lifts, such as these pistons, tend to fly open, break very, very easily,
yeah.
even after one season.
We've had about, what, 5 or 6 of those dock boxes, and we've experienced them all.
So what I like about Keter, not only do they give you the instructions, but they've also labeled all the parts into pockets. So just ease for assembly, as well as the side panels and the bottom and top is also labeled for you. So the first step we're going to do is take our rods and we're going to slide them through the top panels. You want to make sure you're not putting it this side. We're going to be doing it with this side showing.
Okay, here we go.
just guide it through.
There we go.
And you're going to do it for each one.
That's it. That's one.
One done.
Let's move this back. Okay. Slide that through. It's not going
I
through?
need you to pull that way. We can only hit the wall.
Oh.
Thank you. Perfect.
Yeah,
Now you can guide it.
Hang on, let go for a sec.
You don't even have to use the second one. Don't scratch the floor.
Slide it through. Oh, there we go.
Take one of the side panels, ear 2, and we are going to click 2 of the ear ones on each side.
Okay.
I think it has to be turned this way. Perfect. Just see. And then just click into place.
I think it's...
And pushing down.
It's plastic, so it bends a little. Hang on a second. Okay, so you're just using a knife here.
A butter knife,
Butter
if you don't
knife,
want to cut anything.
Just to, there, to align it. Now it's going in. There we go.
So we got one down.
Okay. And then,
And now we're going to put the second panel. Notice that this has a larger notch for the metal component to go into. Just guide it and click it.
there we go. Go ahead.
Now we're going to put the RO5 piece, which is the base piece, and it's labeled what the inside portion is going to be facing you. You're going to be clicking it through. Now when you're assembling it, to click it, you don't want this to be flayed out or splayed out too much, just a little bit to give some wiggle room. And now we're going to click the sides. And I'm just going to get my hub to come back here so he can see the clicking pieces for you, because there's little clicking mechanisms on the sides here that are just going to click into place and then snap inside.
That side. There we go.
Click and play. So with the ear 2 facing upwards, you're going to now put that side panel and click it into place for your end piece. Again, just snaps into place. And I do find that the larger dock boxes or deck boxes are much easier to put together than the smaller ones. We're going to drill in 4 of the, is it S14s with a Phillips head. Again, I'm just going to use a cordless drill, but you can use a hand screwdriver as well. And one more. time to attach the pistons to the lid. So we flipped the lid over, and what we're going to do is there's these notches right in here that help you to align your piston inside. I'm not taking the plastic off yet because I don't want to get my hands dirty. And then we're just going to take the S12 screws and drive them into place. And you'll do that for the other piston as well. And now you can take off the plastic. I'm just going to push that one away. There we go.
Yep. Go.
Oh, just a little bit more. There we go. We're going to put the M1 into place, which is also on the same side as the pistons, and it's just going to click just like that. M. I keep calling it M1 because it says M times 1. Now we're going to attach the WL1. So if you decide to whether use a carabiner or to actually purchase a lock, you can add this to it. So you're going to find that the screw is going to go into that hole there. So it actually is a beautiful charcoal color rather than being brown like the rockwood. What we're going to do is you have the choice either side that you want to put your pistons. There's no front or back to it. It has holes on both sides. So we're going to take this and find the hole. I'm just going to drill lightly and then do it again on this side and leave it. And I'm going to put 2 more. Once you've had all of them lightly screwed into it, now you can finish it off on both sides. Now it's time to actually screw in the hinge at the back. So we're going to make sure that it's lined down with these holes and do it gently on each side. Before you finish it. So now, again, we have the choice whether we're going to use this side or this side, but we're going to put the rest of our locking latch. So I'm just going to center it, and you can even climb right in to attach it with one screw. You're done. Look at the soft close on that. And what's nice is you can open it up without having to have 2 hands to fill it with whatever you need.
Okay.
Your honey-do list is complete for the day. It's a nice close, and what's beautiful about it is you can open it up and not have to hold onto that lid when you're filling it up with tons of stuff.